Stephen Moses today were talking about how the pace of the game is a lot faster and how it's changed even from last year. Where have you kind of seen that pace affect you guys this season in terms of just like offense and defense?
I mean, for me individually, I notice it as a five-man. Offensively, our job has changed throughout the years. As a big, you need to be able to pass, dribble, shoot the ball. But now, on the defensive end, is more than just rim protection, guarding the pick and roll. Like if teams play this fast and this chaotic in a way, you kind of have to adapt too on the defensive end. So for me, on a personal level, it means guarding, inside and on the outside. And as a team, it's a lot more chaos out there, and you just kind of have to. And I think the biggest thing for us is whatever we do defensively, we just got to do it with 100% effort. I think you get in most trouble if you kind of like are uncertain if you should switch this or if you should stay home, and that's where you give up a lot of points. But if we just attack every play, with 100% intensity, then it's okay if you make some mistakes because the people in the back are doing the same thing, and you kind of help each other out like that.
To follow on that, I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but how important is communication? I think some of the vets talked after last game about the communication maybe wasn't where it was supposed to be. Do you feel that, and how important is that when you playing at that kind of speed?
Yeah. I mean, it makes all the difference, obviously. And like I said earlier, I think if the people in the front court just do everything with 100% decisiveness, then if they make a mistake, well, then at least it's clear what the mistake is. So maybe you don't execute a switch right, or somebody gets behind the defense, and then the people in the back line, me or Draymond, like it's easier for them to see the play and to anticipate and to help each other out. And so you got to talk, and with that talking is a certain decisiveness. So everybody can adapt to each other. Like if there's no talk, now all of a sudden we're letting people loose, and now it's hard to help each other because you don't know what the other guy is doing. So as long as we execute our defensive schemes with a 100% certainty, now it becomes easier to help each other.
Even from last year to this year, have you noticed like big trends that have changed around the NBA when it comes to pace, when it comes to just how these teams are going about their offenses?
I mean, I would say we're 7 games in, so it's hard to say that this is, and it differs very much per team. Like you saw, the Clippers game was a very slow-paced game, and then you play teams like Portland and the Bucks and Indiana too. They played very fast, and I think it'll differ from night to night, but in general it changes some of the concepts that you need to apply on defense. Like you need to run back, and you need to load up to the ball, and some of the older concepts aren't as important anymore once teams play with that much pace.
I think Steph, after the game in Indiana, called it kind of a look in the mirror type of game. Did it feel like those 2 losses a little bit of a wake-up call this early in the season, and can that be good to have early in the season?
In a way, it might be good for us. I mean, we started on a roll. You lose a tough game in Portland where kind of feel like they played a really good game and our legs weren't fully under us, and then you win some great games versus Denver, and you beat the Lakers, and you win a big game versus the Clippers. But it is important to see that we're not an invincible team, even though you have all this star power and Steph and Jimmy can win any game on any given night. But it's important to see that if we really want to take this thing far, is that we have to clean up and we have to adapt to this pace and play type style.
And as someone who bounces between starting or beginning the game off the bench, has that been a transition or a change in kind of trying to find your rhythm when it comes to like shooting the ball as well?
I wouldn't say so. Just these early games, we're still, as a team, we're finding a rhythm. Me, myself, I know that I'm a great shooter, and I know that the ball will start falling for me. I've had one good shooting night, and for the rest, I've been kind of searching for it. But whatever my role is on a given night, it doesn't change the way I approach the game and how I approach my shot.
A little bit of a bigger picture, but you guys have an NBA Cup game on Friday. I'm just curious your thoughts on that high-level intensity basketball early in the season to get the focus and trying to get to Vegas, which you guys were so close to getting there last year.
Yeah, excited. I think every game obviously should be played at 100% intensity, but seeing the court in a different color is definitely a cool thing, and I personally really like the concept of the NBA Cup, so I think it'll be a good time. I don't think our approach will change in any way, but I'm excited for it.